Hi there, welcome to today's video. I'm Natasha of Natasha Miller Creates, and today we are taking a look at the latest offering from Tom Studio. It is their new pen called the Wren. If you're not familiar with Tom Studio, they're the masterminds behind the Lumos Pro pen series. The concept of interchangeable nibs and reservoirs and inks. I have a previous video on that I've linked above for you that you can go check out. But today we're going to take a look at the Wren. As always, Tom Studio packaging is absolutely beautiful. I have gotten into my packaging a bit, so I will take you through the whole experience. But it comes with this cover board, and in it is a little information about the bird, the wren, and I guess how it compares to the pen. The wren, with its quick and nervous energy, flits about the garden, filling the air with its trilling song, a true artist in the landscape, its melody blending with the rustle of leaves and the whisper of the breeze, creating a symphony of natural beauty. So that's really pretty. And I can see how it ties into the pen, but we're going to take a look at the pen. So once we open it, as you can see, I have, again, been an absolute monster to my poor box, but this is the Wren itself. So when we open it, it just pulls apart, and that is the pen. You stick it in there, and you are good to go. So that's what the Wren looks like. We'll take a quick look at what else you get in the box, and then we'll take a closer look at the pen. So as always, it comes with a little container of ink. Now the Lumos Pro and the Lumos Pro Duo came with the additional full tip set. As you can see, Lumos full tip set. The Wren did not. It just came with a little bit of ink that we will take a look at, and then inside you're going to find a little information booklet on how to fill up your pen. The concept of filling up your pen is very similar to the Lumos. You take it apart, you stick the reservoir into the ink, and it'll fill up. But we'll take a look at that in a minute. It says count to 5 when the ink reaches just the top of the pen. So we're going to do that together, so we'll see that. So that's everything that it comes with. So now let's take a closer look at the pen itself. So the barrel of the pen is roughly the same width as the Lumos series, but with the lid of the pen, it obviously gives it a little bit more weight. I would say that the Lumos pen series, they are heavier than the Wren, but the Wren does feel a little bit more comfortable. I do wish that the Wren was just a little bit longer, but again, reading the story of the Wren, I understand why it's smaller, and this is just so convenient to pop in a pocket and you're good to go. So I love this color. It is going to be available in a variety of colors. I chose the midnight one since I have a lot of green and gold, obviously. So I went with the midnight blue, or the midnight navy, I think it's called. And yeah, I am excited to see how this guy works compared to the Lumos. Okay, so I'm putting my plastic down so that I don't spill ink on my desk. So let's see what the Wren is about. So there is the lid. And I like that the lid, it's not as round and smooth as the Lumos, so it's not going to roll around, which I kind of like, because these always roll underneath my papers and then I lose it for a few seconds. Okay, so it unscrews just like the Lumos does. Then you have your reservoir. Here is your tip, and then inside is going to be the piece that holds the tip and the reservoir together. Now, I believe the tip doesn't fit through like that, so it actually goes in from the top. So it has a fiber tip that if it dulls out over time, you can definitely change it out and replace it. So we're gonna build everything back together. And we're gonna fill it. So we're just gonna pop that right into and as you can see, the tip is now filled with ink, and let's see how she writes. So we're going to take a look at how the Wren writes. So I'm just going to write down the days of the week like I would if I were planning. Okay, so it does come out very smooth. It just glides onto the page. It seems like it would be scratchy or the tip would be scratchy, but it's not. I feel the tip scratching on the paper, but it's still writing smoothly. I find sometimes with the what feels like harder tips, they tend to be scratchier and then letters or spaces jump. This is not the case with this tip, and I really do like that. Another incredible touch is that I got the Midnight pen, and this ink, it's not black, it's midnight. So if I grab my Lumos, I'll show you. My Lumos right now is loaded with black ink. Okay, so that's the black ink. Now, for me, it's really hard to compare the two. The Lumos, for example, right now, this one's loaded with the 1.0 tip size because this is what I use when I'm drawing my lines in my notebook. So it really just depends on what tip you're using. I absolutely love this tip. It just glides across the page, and I really am blown away by that. I don't think the Lumos has a similar tip. No, I don't think the Lumos has a similar tip. So for example, this one I'd say is the closest, but again, this is more of a wide bullet tip versus this is a much different tip to that one. So I really like this tip a lot. And that alone has probably sold the pen to me for me. That, and I do like the weight and the feel of the pen in my hand. It feels very balanced and very comfortable, and I think that is because of how the ridging rests on your hand. Overall, I really love this pen. The only downside is I would like it a little longer. So in terms of how the pen feels and how the pen works, of course, it's got that reservoir technology, which I absolutely love. And so I was already sold on this pen before I got the sense of how it worked. And the way this nib, this tip, is just gliding across the page is amazing. I love it. Again, the only thing is I would like the pen to be a little bit longer, maybe not quite as long as the Lumos Pro, but a little bit longer than the Mini, for example. If it could just be a little bit longer, that would be great, but that's just such a personal preference. I will be using this pen a lot. Again, I can't get over how well the tip flows. I was sent this pen from Tom Studio, so thank you very much to Tom Studio, but that's not going to stop me from giving my honest opinion. And honestly, I need more of these nibs. That's probably the first thing I'm gonna do once it becomes available, is jump online and grab more of these nibs because they are amazing. Overall, I really do love this pen. As always, packaging is a 10 out of 10. If I wasn't a monster, my packaging would look better and I could open it more carefully, but apparently I am a monster, so it is what it is. And so this pen's going to be available in multiple colors. It's going to be available in black, midnight, ivy, blush, lilac, sage, iris, and raspberry. This is the midnight color. I fell in love with this color, so that's the color I chose. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out below and I would love to answer them. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching today. If you're looking to pick up a Wren for yourself, I do have a discount code below. It is 10% off £30 or more. They are UK based, but honestly, their shipping is amazing. I normally get my orders from Tom Studio, the ones that I purchase, within just over a week. And so I'm in Canada, so that's customer service. So I've had a great experience. Love their packaging, and then obviously I love the product a lot. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. For more pen reviews, you can check out one of the 2 videos linked down below, and I will see you over there.